Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So let me just log into my AWS Management Console. One second. I'm
So Ranjit, the today let Jenkins will get over. So next we'll start with Docker, na? Something you told, right?
yeah. Next we'll start with Docker. So next Tuesday's class will
Docker.
start with Docker. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Once Docker
Mm.
finished, I would suggest you to just prepare your resume. I'll help you, and you can put that one. Okay.
Sure, sure. Mm.
1 minute. Mm,
Mhm.
let me start the server section.
Only weekdays class, Jitu having issue actually. So because he's going office,
Oh,
so maybe. Uh,
so okay. So Jitu, your office started means you're going to office
No, no, no. No, I don't have any issues, Abhishek.
with this. Okay.
oh,
Uh,
okay, okay. Then fine.
some office dependencies there at the last shoot.
Okay. Okay.
So it's okay. I'm not going office.
Anyway, in another maybe 3 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, I think another one month it will take to complete this entire tools. Okay,
Uh,
no risk.
Entire, yeah, yeah. Only thing, practice actually.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Um, yeah. So
again we need to join.
mm, okay. Anyway, the class will be going on. So anytime, anywhere, if you want to join the class, you can join
Uh-huh.
on that one. So if you forget, also no problem.
Uh-huh.
So okay. So let me share my screen.
Yeah, please. Here and then I can see.
Okay.
But
So let me log in to my server here.
so, Asif ji, are you getting everything now?
Asif, you there? He's on mute, I think.
Mute,
Mute.
mute.
Yeah. Now,
Hello?
if anytime,
Yeah, hello Asif. So is everything okay with you, right? You are understanding clearly, or any doubt or
Yes, 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 Ranjit. No, no, no.
okay. So you can ask anytime you can ask questions, right? If
100% I'll revert back to you. Don't worry.
no, if sometime Ranjit is also busy, na, so you can connect with anyone also.
yeah, in the
Also,
Yeah,
group.
yeah, sure, Tapan. Sure, sure.
we are ready to help actually because we
Total
want to
proceed
go
with the.
as a team actually. So if somebody
Yeah,
is
yeah,
lacking,
sure.
na, because we know you are totally means from other background actually. So we are all ready to help actually.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you so much,
Mm.
Tapan bhai.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ranjit, please go ahead.
Okay. So guys, I just logged into my environment. So today, what we'll do, we'll see and discuss about the multi-branch pipeline. So we'll see how we can fix this one. So let's uh, go to the new item. Okay, and here what we are going to do, just give any name
So, Ranjit, your main page also looks like yesterday I shared our company page, na? It look like that only. So many jobs.
yeah. Mm,
It's like a mini project.
yeah. So, okay, so I just give a name to this. Suppose like I'll give as multi pipeline. Just give a name like that to understand clearly. Multi pipeline. So don't give like in your project. Don't give this name. You have to give based on your project requirement. You have to give based on your standard, right? Based on your project.
Western standard, yeah,
You
correct.
have to give it the name. Okay. Now, if you scroll down, you'll find actually the multi-branch pipeline. Okay. Select this multi-branch pipeline. Okay.
Ranjit, one more newly added IV project something, no? It was not before.
Groovy or IV project. Yeah, it was not there because see, whatever plugins we are adding it, no, so it will be displayed there. So based on the plugins,
Okay, okay.
plugins and all.
Oh, based on
we just-
plugin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't need
Okay, good.
all these details actually.
Ah, no, no, no.
Now, what I'm going to do here, I selected see. When you select only simple pipeline or freestyle jobs, you will have only 4 or 5 tabs here. First will be source code management, then will be like general, then source code management, then it will be build, then build trigger, then post build actions. All these options will be there. But here you can see we have multiple other options with multi pipelines. So just give a name, display name to the project, like anything. If you want to give it, give the description. So I'm not giving anything, leaving it as it is. And what we have to do next, we have to just see here the branch source is the source code management from where you are going to get the code. Suppose I want to make it from the git. You can see here bitbucket,
Get it.
github, everything. So I want to select it git. What happened? Okay, so now we have to give the repository. So let me, so this is also a small project I'm doing. Okay, github. Okay, so as it is public, it did not ask me any credentials. If it is private, then you have to select the credentials. And so the behavior, everything is not required, so leave it. Properties, so submit it. So build configurations, here build configuration is selected as build by Jenkins file. So what you have to do, if you want to set by Jenkins file, what will happen, any Jenkins file available on this project, if you go and see here, we have one Jenkins file, right? Based on this Jenkins file, it will build the project. Okay, so let's select this one. And what it says, can multi-branch pipeline triggers build whenever a snapshot dependency is built or periodically if not otherwise. So leave this one, we'll do it manually. And discard old items, just leave it. And all this information is not required at all. Health metrics, and the next one is the go to the properties sections, pipeline library, Maven configurations. Somewhere we have to mention one. Okay, here you can see one library sections, right? Pipeline libraries. So many companies, what will be doing, they will be using their own default libraries. So they will have written small programs and go any scripting libraries or anything whatever they have used, they can actually use that libraries in the pipeline jobs. So what they can do, just simply add it and give the library name, whatever the library name you have, you just put this library name here and use it. So you can retrieve method, you can use the source code management. That means that libraries you can put it into the GitHub, and in the GitHub you can give the link and to use the libraries. You can do that. Okay, so I'm not using, because I don't have any library, so I'm not using that. Now I'm
So
just,
Ranjit, this libraries, it will be in GitHub or where it will be?
yeah, it will be in the GitHub. So the libraries,
GitHub. Okay.
yeah, the actually the libraries will nothing but small methods or functions or APIs, that those will be there, and it will be written
Uh-huh.
in a code in one file, and that file you will put in into the GitHub repository. But that will be not into your main project. That will be in a different repositories. Library repository will be
Correct.
that will be totally different.
Different, yeah.
So
Hmm.
here, discover uh, discover branches. So here what happens, here we have to select the discover branches. Okay, let's select discover branches. What it says, all branches get the same properties. So what we can do, name branches get different properties. All branches get the same properties, that's fine. So let's get the all branches, and add sources. I don't want to add anything here. Single repositories and branch. Got it. Now save the entire thing. Save the entire thing. So as soon as I saved, you can see here what it does. It scanned. We got few more options here. Scan multi-branch pipeline. What it does, it started scanning the repositories. See, it started scanning the repositories and find it out. Multi-branch, the name itself, multi-branch, what is multiple branches, it will display in the project console, in the dashboard. There you can run that one. So here multi-branch is success. Now let's see what are how many branches we have. We have only one master branches, but we don't have any other branches, right? So it's good, actually we'll create different branches now. Now let's go here, go to this job. See, we have only one master branch here, only one master automatically came. And here, see, as it automatically scanned, the master started running here. I don't want to master run now, so what I can do, I can just you can see here it is just running, and deploy to staging is working. As deploy to staging, I'll see why it is not running. I want to suppose, if you want to disable or if you want to suspend any build or kill any build, you can just click on this cross button here, and okay,
Okay.
I can avert
Mhm.
build. Now this build is getting averted. Okay, now it is averted. So here you can see I have only master branch. Now let me create other branches. So can someone tell me how to create the branch in GitHub? This is what real time you are going to work. I already have told you how to create the branch. Tell me.
Yeah, this command or a GUI?
No, here in GUI.
GUI, okay.
In command we can use the git branch name we can use
Mm,
here.
you can use git branch hyphen b and branch name. You can create it,
Yeah.
Okay, click
we can
branch here.
create. You can create git checkout hyphen b and branch name. We can create.
Hyphen B.
So
Here
here,
you can click the branch.
yes,
Branch.
Master.
not branch. We can click it here, and here we can
Master.
directly put it. So we can type it out. Which one we to create? Suppose I'm going to create feature
Yeah.
point one. This is the version I'm going to create it. So just click on this create branch. Now the branch is created. So feature 1.1 is created. Okay. Now if I go to here and refresh this page, go to here, we have only master. So what we have to do now, we have to scan the multi-branch pipeline now. So let's scan it. Let's take it here. What happened? The
So,
scan.
Ranjit, this scanning is getting handled by the Jenkins. No? We are not doing anything.
No. Scan will be done by the Jenkins itself. So it will be scanning. Okay.
Jenkins, yeah. Scanned, okay. That is a feature of
That is the
multi-branch.
so now it is scanned
Mhm.
453 it is scanned already. Okay, now let's go here. Now if I go here, see, we got the feature 1.1 branch. What
One
we
more
do?
come.
So
Yeah, yeah.
let me add one more branch. Um, feature plus suppose I created on my name. Okay, I'm working on this. So
Bablu, please stay on mute.
so
Yes.
so here suppose I made it as scan multiple branch. Again you have to scan it. Okay, so let it scan. So once the scan is complete, if you go here and refresh this, you'll find so scan is not completed yet. Let's wait for some time. Okay, now see, we can see another branch also automatically picked up. So guys, in real time, why we need this to use in this multi-branch pipeline? Because in your suppose you are a DevOps engineer, I'm a DevOps engineer, and another person also working. Three persons are working, and we should not work in one branch. Suppose I created my own branch and I am doing some modification, some changes to my branch to do some setups. So what I can do, I can create my own branch and I can execute this directly from here. Suppose here two builds are running. Let me just close one of them and close this one also. So I aborted both of these projects. Okay, let me show you in the real time how it works. Still working. Okay, so all of them are terminated. Now as I told, when we need this multi-branch pipeline things, whenever we are working multiple developers or multiple DevOps engineers and you are doing some setups and we are working some projects to work, so I can update the Jenkins files. Suppose here Jenkins file, right? Suppose I am going to update my Jenkins file here. Let me just update it here. Let me start the Tomcat server. Suppose Tomcat server, I want to start this Tomcat server. Let it start. Okay, okay, so my Tomcat server is up now. Let me get the IP addresses here. Got the IP address. So I am going to modify and I'm going to work on this feature RKS branch. Okay, so I have selected this feature RKS branch. I'm going to work on this. Okay, now let me modify this Jenkins file. So how I can do it, just click on this and edit this button, right? Edit this file. So let me update the server information. So I just update the IP address here. And, 146, right? 146. Okay. Now let's update this. Okay, I updated the IP addresses here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, save the changes, give the comment like updated the IP address, staging updated the staging server IP address. Okay, now copy the changes. So I updated the changes here. If I go here and execute, I don't have to execute any other build. What I have to execute, I have to execute my build only. So how can I do it? Either you can click on this build button over here, or you can just go to this and click on this build with parameters. Okay, now I can just click with this with parameters. So you can see here the staging server, it takes the actually old staging server. Okay, now I can give the parameter as 146 and build it. But why it took the old server? It should not take the old server, right? Okay, leave it then. Just click on this build. Okay, now started building. You can see here it immediately checked out these things and installed this one, and it is now in the building stage, right? It's building stage and deployment is completed. Now we can see it is successfully completed and deployed our projects. See, it is deployed our project. Now what we can do, we can simply go here, put this one and 8080, suppose DevOps web. Okay, though it is deployed, still this is not working because our Tomcat server is not off. Tomcat server is not off. So what I can do, I can just restart my Tomcat server. I can just log into so that is center. Okay, now this is working. Suppose we can see here, if I go to my multi-branch here and you can find it here, see other two are not done, only changes to this feature one. So here multiple branches, multiple developers. What is the benefits of using this? You can multiple people can work on the same projects. You don't have to create multiple projects for multiple branches, right? So you can create only one project, and in that one project you can execute your branches based on that. You don't have to search for, because that only one project for your team and multiple people can build it. Okay, and another way you can do, if you don't want to create multiple branches, you can create single branches. Suppose this guy will be create one more branch, pipeline branch, and I'll create one pipeline branch, and another people will create pipeline branch. So three branches, three separate projects will be created. In here, in this case, we have only one project but multiple branches. Okay, now you understood what is that, right? And how we can achieve that. So this is the one you have to do practice. And so here what we did, we have also some changes. We did some changes to our GitHub repositories, and we have to create branches in the GitHub repositories and then set up the multi-branch pipeline job. Okay, that you can do it. So yeah, so that's all for this multi-branches sections, and our Jenkins totally is over. And one more thing I am just going to show you, that is the global variable. Another thing is I'm going to show the global variable. So where we can set up these global variables, just go to manage Jenkins. Okay, and if you go here, configure systems, right? Go to the configure systems. I'll show you all these configures credentials and everything, how we can do this manage credentials and all. Okay, so here we can see, okay, don't use this one. Okay, again, this Jenkins URL is a different URL, right? So let me just use this 8080. Okay. Now see, in the global properties, right, you can see one option is called environment variables. Suppose let's see environment variables. I want to add one variable, suppose here name the project. I can make it as project name, give suppose mb project anything. Okay, now let's add it. I'll add one more thing. Suppose owner, I'll give project owner, project project owner. I can give suppose Ranjit. Okay. The global variables you all know, right, when to use. This is the environment variable, you are setting it up, and these environment variables can be called anywhere. Okay, now let's save it. One second, there is some Chrome error coming. I think there is something we can remove this Chrome. Okay, I'm not.
Any kind of error, it is giving same, no?
Hmm,
From error.
Chrome error. The Chrome error, I think somewhere it Chrome. CRUMB. Chrome is not Chrome, not there. Okay, let's see. Next time we'll,
Mhm.
again came. Valid this Chrome error. Something
Okay.
wrong with it. Yeah. Okay. So all gone now. I think, right?
No valid Chrome included actually. So means the Chrome is missing somewhere.
Some Chrome is missing. Yeah. Maybe actually
Hmm.
some kind of something while creating something. I did changes to that, so that is not throwing. It's not taking properly. Okay. So let's do that quickly again. Where it is. Okay. Again, this. Things changed actually, so this change it. And environment variable. Okay, then let's just add only project owner this time. Project owner. Now apply it. Okay, now saved. So go.
Saved, yeah.
Now it is done. So I just created one environment variable. Then how I'll get this environment variable to use in our project? What I can do it here. So here, guys, you can see the nodes are offline now. We have not started this agent, so here it's offline, right? So it's okay. Let it be there. Now, what we can do? Let me create the new job. Suppose new item here. Um, environment variable demo. I just give environment variable demo. It's better.
Mhm.
Small cases all the time. Variable demo freestyle job. That's okay. Okay. So what I can do here now, just go to the source code. Anyway, we are not going to use any source code management. No build trigger, no build environment. Only build sections. I'm going to use the execute cell. I'm just going to show you the demo, right? How we can access this environment variable. So what is happening?
Save also not coming.
Something.
Memory constraint.
I think so. The memory, no, memory constraint.
Ah,
At least there are multiple jobs created. No, that's the problem. I think. Okay, let me select anything else. Okay, this one is coming, but execute sale is not coming. Okay, now came.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now let's add this environment variable. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, simply suppose I'll just type one echo command, echo. I just meant hello, okay, and I can just give dollar project underscore owner, okay, save it, and echo, this is the okay. So guys, two things I'm going to show it here, show you here. One is the environment variable which I created, and the environment variable, this is the global environment variable which is by default inbuilt global variable with the
For
Jenkins.
Jenkins,
Okay,
okay.
so that
For
means
build number.
build number. So I'm getting the build number of this job. Okay, now let's apply it. Um, let me copy this. Let's apply.
Let it copy. Yeah.
Saved it. No,
Saved. Yeah.
done. Now let me build this job environment variable demo. Let me build it now. Okay, so environment demo. What happened? It did not build. Okay, so as soon as I click build, it just created success. Okay, let's see the output now.
Success.
See what it
Uh,
says. Hello,
hello.
Ranjit.
Uh,
I just used the environment variable. I did not use anything. I just used the environment variable, and this is the first build or one build,
one build.
number one. Or I can
Mhm.
just modify it again. So let's go here. Just configure something.
Number you can add.
This
Number one build.
is the
Build number.
now. Let's build again. The second build is done. Go here. See now what it says. Hello Ranjit. Again, this is the build number 2. So now whenever in your project you'll be using any variables, so what you have to do, where you have to change, you have to simply go here, and the environment variables you have to update in the system configurations. Okay, you have to update in the system. So many projects, when you are automating something, because your company name will be unique, all the time will be same, right? You're suppose you are working on some particular project, and you have to give suppose your that project name will be equal for some time, right? You have to put the environment variables. You can give whatever environment variables you'll be reusing in your project. You can create and go and set up it here, so you can use it. The next one I'm going to show you today is the credentials. How we'll manage the credentials. Okay, so just click on this manage credentials, and you will see here I have few credentials added it here. The global credentials will be the Jenkins one, and these three credentials been added by me. So here for GitHub credentials, for Tomcat credentials, and for Docker Hub credentials. Okay, and how you'll add new credentials, you can just click on this new item. Okay, credentials, new item, and sorry, not new item. So you can click in this way, add domain, or what we can do, simply go to your dashboard, suppose in this project, get any one project which you think, suppose MB Java project, and if you want to add anything, just go to configure, and here in this sections add Jenkins. Okay, this way while setting up the project you can do it. And the other way how you can do it is go to manage Jenkins and configure credentials provider. Okay, just click on this and you can just create all available. Okay, fine, uh, fine. And none restrictions you can add. Configure credentials provider. No, not this one, not this one. You can just go to manage Jenkins, manage credentials, manage configure system, global system tools. That's it, this global tool configurations. Most of the area I'm getting this Chrome better. Okay, so JDBC credentials, JDK, Git. Now here also it is not there. So just go to
I think manage users, Ranjit.
manage users is to,
That is one more, no? Manage user,
no, that is to create user.
create user.
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
let me show you this one also. Manage user. Suppose Ranjit for Jenkins, the only one user which logged in and connected. So if you want to create multiple users for your team, you can go ahead and create users. Very simple only. So you can go ahead and create users here. Okay, so that's okay. Let's go here. Configure global security. I think here configure global security. No, not here also. Okay, mostly that way actually while creating that you have to create it all global to configuration and manage plugins. It should come in manage credentials. Why it is not there? Manage credentials store prompt to Jenkins. It's giving new items. So not give new item. Here it should, there should be a button to create new, but here I think in the newer version they have not given anything. The old version, older version, actually in the manage credentials is there was options to add new credentials, but here I don't see any option to see the new credentials. That is the only
So
one.
credential means, Ranjit, this password will add or will change the password or
No,
what is that actually?
the credentials. Okay, suppose for GitHub, right? GitHub account we need, suppose for private account we need the GitHub user ID and password to connect, right? So that you have to add it here. That you have to add it there. If you want to modify anything, you can come here and you just modify here, right?
Oh, okay.
See, update, delete, or move, whatever you want, you can do it. If you want to update it, click on this update and update the password. Okay, change the password. If you want to change it, change the password and save it. So it will be done. So username is this one, and global Jenkins node items and child items, etc. Scope. Go to system, global credentials restrictions. I got it here. See, add credentials. New credentials, if you're going to add, you can see it here. Add credentials. Systems, global credentials. Okay, then add credentials. Click on this and give the credentials. Suppose username with password. Scope, you can select whatever scope you want. For this scope, it is throwing Chrome error. Leave it. And the username. So username, suppose I gave one username, suppose Ranjit, and password. Suppose this is required for one applications. Okay, I gave as Ranjit and the password, anything I gave it here. So the ID, you can put it here, the ID, or just leave it. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, username. Okay, here scope actually automatically came here. Jenkins node items, all child items, everything. What is this scope? you can see here it has system Jenkins and nodes only, and node items all child item is globally. That means you're allowing this users and credentials globally to be used in the Jenkins.
Mm.
Whatever jobs you are going to create, if you have set up globally, then it will be used globally. Okay, you can select this globally,
Yeah.
create any name here, anything. Okay, so it is not working. So what you have to do, you know now how
Mhm.
to add it, right? So simply set up it here and click OK. It will be added. So once you go here and check, you will have all these things will be added. So you'll have, based on this, actually you'll not see here. I have simply added only 3 credentials, but you'll find multiple credentials in your project. You can go and check your company's Jenkins page. I think you should have access, or they will restrict the access to view all these. But you can, if you have access,
I
go
think
ahead. Yeah, normally they restrict all the access to view, and
that is
also sometimes if you are not a real hardcore DevOps engineer, they will not give you these accesses. Okay, for a DevOps engineer, normally, see, there are 2 types of DevOps engineers will be there. Actually, whoever working on the application side and project sides will have some minimal accesses, not configuration, system level configuration changes. Suppose you are working for a client project, and the client is providing you the Jenkins server. So the DevOps engineer, whoever sitting at client side, will have all admin privileges to the Jenkins server. They can do, add, modify anything. But for you, suppose as you are working for your client, and you will not have these admin privileges, admin accesses to modify any credentials, or modify any, or add any plugins or anything. That will be done by their DevOps engineers. Okay.
uh-huh.
Again, don't update any plugins in between your project run, because whatever the plugins is already available, the versions of the plugins, if you update a newer version of plugin, it may break, it may break down your projects, because that plugins may
It is
not be suitable for the
supporting.
be built or not be supporting. Okay, so how you have to do, you have to first think whatever the plugins is required. Suppose you are going to upgrade it, you have to upgrade in the, you have to go and change that in your Jenkins, as well as in your configurations file of the projects. For Java in pom.xml, if any tools you are using in .pom.xml, you have to update there also. Or for .NET, you are using any kind of authentication file or any XML file, you have to update there. Okay, so that way you have to do that. So if I modify, suppose go to manage Jenkins, and you find it here lots of things, actually credential plugins and S3 publisher plugin actually is out of date, and they want you to update. What's the warning have been published to following installed components? That's fine. And if you want to go here, and you'll see lots of things will be upgraded automatically. What I'm going to do here, so go to manage plugins, there are updates available. If I go here, see, first tab itself is giving the updates, what are things this needs to be updated. So here version is uh,
Mhm.
the current version is, actually installed version is 0.75, and the available version is 1. So if I select everything and click on this download, what will do, it will just update everything from this version to this version. And after updating, you'll find lots of projects will be in messed, it will not work
Filling.
properly, it will be failed. Okay,
Uh,
don't do that in
mm.
your organization. Anyway, they will be blocking, I think only administrator will have all these privileges. Again, if you are working and building any projects, and that required some particular plugin to be installed, then you can get it and install it by getting all approvals and checking with all other teams, whatever, because that plugins may impact the build of another team as well, because they will be using the same Jenkins server. Okay, you have to be careful.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now, so that's all about the complete Jenkins, and I would expect you people at least try to build one or two jobs. Okay, simple jobs. Create one for freestyle, create one for pipeline, and create one for multi pipeline, and do the checks how it is working. Okay, so that's all, guys, about the Jenkins and all. So if anything missed in Jenkins, so we can discuss in our upcoming classes and all. And the projects whatever we have done so far, we'll do it once we complete Docker. Suppose we have Docker projects here, right? I have created my previous batches. So this suppose 2 months ago, right? So during that, once I finish the Docker, we'll do a small Docker project here. Once we finish, suppose Ansible, here I have some Ansible project. Suppose once we finish some Ansible job 3 months ago, it was created, right? Last success 3 months day. So when you do this one, then we can go here and create this Ansible projects. So today, as we have completed our S3, AWS S3, today I'll show you how we can set up. See, let me show you the Jenkins flow, right? Okay, let me show you the flow. Based on the flow, we are moving actually. Okay, based on the flow, we are moving. So if I go
Mhm.
to the Jenkins flow motion, okay, if you see this diagram, what we have learned so far, let me do the slide slow. Okay, so far what we have done, we learned everything in this way, right? Developer is updating anything to the source code management like GitHub, and it is automatically getting triggered, and then the build is happening and it notifies the developer. We saw the notification in our last classes, right? How we set up if a build is failed, how the emails will go to the developers. That also we saw already. This part entirely complete.
Mhm.
Now we'll see, once the Jenkins build is success, the end product, right? The artifacts, the binary artifacts, how to store to the artifactory. Either your artifactory could be JFrog, could be Nexus, could be GitHub, okay, could be Bitbucket, could be S3 bucket as well. So here I'm going to show you how to upload the, once it is success, how to upload this artifacts into the artifact.
Artifactory.
Okay,
Okay.
so that artifactory I'm going to use as S3. Okay, so let's move on. Let me show you the project here. If I go, I already have one S3 jobs here. I'll show you first that one, and then I'll tell you how to set up that. So Jenkins S3 build, just go to this. If I see this configuration here, what it says, build and keep the artifactory into S3. So it's very simple. Same thing, we have to do the jobs, git jobs. Okay, and the only thing is we have to yeah, this Chrome thing is disturbing. Okay, now only thing is in the post build actions, we'll see this artifacts to S3, publish artifacts to S3. Now how you will get this publish artifacts to S3 options, that's, let me show you from the scratch. Okay, the first thing, for S3 publishing the code, what we need to first install a plugin. First we need to install a plugin.
Okay.
Go to manage
Okay.
plugins. Okay, and so in the available sections you have to find for S3. Okay, so all these options you'll find it out. Okay, what is the artifact manager on S3. Okay, but this S3 is already installed in my machine. If I go here, installed section, search for S3, you can find one Amazon Web Service SDK, and you can see here the copy artifacts. And this copy artifact is by default, it will be there. I don't have to do anything. The only thing is this one, S3 publisher. This is the plugin which you need to note it down, guys. This is the no, I'm checking the recording is still on. Okay, fine, on. Okay, it's there. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to check for this S3 publisher. Okay, so this S3 publisher, you need to check it and install it. Once you install this one, what will happen? The next thing is, first is to install the S3 publisher plugin. The next thing is you have to go to your, again, manage Jenkins, go to your configure system. Okay, and this configure sections, you will find one option is called where it is, where it is. Okay, here you can see Amazon S3 profile. So once you,
Profiles.
yeah, once you install the plugin, right? Once you install the plugin, you have to go to the system configurations, and in this system configurations, you have to create a profile name. So I created this profile name as S3-artifact. So you can create based on your project, you can give a name. So once you give a name, what you have to do, you have to simply either use either you can use access key and the secret key. So guys, can anybody tell how I'll get the access key and secret key? I'll not tell you, you have to tell me, because we already have completed AWS, right? Cloud. Anyone can answer me where I can get this access key and secret key. And the answer is itself
When you,
there.
I think in the instance itself, when you're expecting.
No, I told you the answer is still there in the page. Anyone else? Guys, you are forgetting everything, man. If you don't recollect, no, if you don't visualize, then it will take lots of time to know. These. So this access key and
Profile.
secret key we have seen in the IAM user creation. That's why I told in this page IAM keyword is there, right? IAM,
Which I am role.
right? So you can get this access key and secret key while creating the IAM user. That time you can get this access key, and or else what you can do, you can just go ahead and log into your console and create immediately one user. Okay, so suppose I'll just go to IAM and create one. Go here and create one user immediately. So once you create the user, it will create one. If you do programmatic way, right, if you do the programmatic way, then it will create one access key and the access key and the secret key. So you can put that secret key here. Okay, now this is the one way to connect to the artifacts. Another way is to use the IAM role. So what is this IAM role? So when you are selecting this, okay, as we are in the same AWS server we are using, if you select use IAM role, what you have to do, you have to simply create one IAM role to provide access to the S3 bucket, and you can select this use IAM role. Okay, now after that, what you do, just simply save it. No valid. I think I need to upgrade this.
No.
I need to upgrade my Jenkins. I think maybe next class I'll upgrade this. Anyway, class is over almost. So okay, let me show you. So you have to just upload this. You have to update these profiles. Okay, not I'm not going to change anything here. Now what you have to do? You have to create the job. So first thing is, guys, to install the plugin S3 Publisher, and then and create one artifacts profile in the configurations, system configurations, in the manage Jenkins system configurations. Then when we create a job, what you have to do, simply in the job S3, what you have to do, in the sections of post build, in the post build sections, what you will do, you will find one options called called publish. Okay, publish artifacts to S3 bucket. See, we can find one option called publish artifacts to S3
Publish.
bucket. So based on the plugin, you will get this option. Okay, so select that options. What it does, once you select that options, you will get one this post build action options, publish artifacts to S3 bucket. And this S3 profile, where I got, guys, select it, S3 profile, where I got this S3 artifact profile.
Sir, account.
No, I showed you just now, the profile I created in the system configurations, S3 artifact. I had
See.
given a name, right?
Yeah.
S3 hyphen artifacts.
Yeah. Yeah.
There I created the profile. So once you created the profile there, it automatically come here. So you have to, in the drop down list, if you have many profiles created, you'll have many profiles selected here. So suppose I have only one profile, S3 profile, I have select one S3 profile here. Then which file you want to upload to the bucket? Suppose I give star class.war file.
Work.
And if you want to exclude the folders which you need to update it, we can just exclude it. And the destination bucket, you can see here the DevOps web Ansible. This is the bucket where I'm going to upload the artifacts. And the bucket region, storage class standard, the storage class also, you can select what kind of storage class you want to use it. And the next is the bucket region, which region you want to place the file, the bucket region.
Work.
So yeah, everything is done. Now once it is done, you can see publish failure origin file. That is fine. Okay, that's all. Once you do that, then save it. Okay, once you do that, save it. Anyway, guys, this is just I'm showing you how to do that, but this setups, everything will do when we do the entire Ansible project. Okay, so this is related to Ansible because the entire flow, whatever I showed you, right, the entire flow, this will push to the JFrog or S3 bucket. From there it will pull the code by Ansible or Docker, and then it will build that code and deliver to the environment. Okay, the entire flow until, so we are so far here only, we have not gone to here, we have not gone to here, not here. So once we move further, we'll just do all this one. Okay, so
Yes.
that's all,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, if you have any questions, we can discuss.